Hey, everybody, on today's episode of Madge Unmuted, we're going to be talking about funky linoleum under the credenza. You had to be there. Today's episode, we got Christina Calph, show producer and actress, Los Angeles area resident, but originating from my hometown. So you get to hear all the dirt on all the heavy hitters out in LA. And we'll hear from Christina. Come on in. Everybody, welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I am your hostess, Madge. Come on in, the water's fine. And with me, as always, is the lovely and talented Fitz, my producer.
Last time you invited me in the water, I got bit by something, and I don't know what it was.
It was
me. It gave
me.
me hepatitis.
It definitely was me. No. How the hell you been, Fitz?
Oh, just hanging out here in Rochester and whatnot.
Well, make sure you put that thing back in before you go on camera.
Ew!
If you're hanging out.
No, I noticed that there's it's starting to get cool out. It's starting to feel more like October than July, finally.
Yeah, I know. It is, but it's still kind of warm up in my home studio here. So,
are you up in the attic?
I'm a little ripe. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Is what about the attic?
Are you in an attic? Is it a
you know what?
A colonial
right
or whatever
there.
Those things are?
Cape Cod?
It's
Cape Cod. The attic door is right there. I know you can't see.
Is it
but
one
anyway,
of those little creepy doors?
Especially on the audio podcast. Yeah, it's
I don't
want to move the camera because it took me so goddamn long to get it right.
Yeah,
I know, but did we hear that little titter?
I
a small
heard
voice?
A giggle somewhere.
Hey, everybody, I got a guest this week, and I am so goddamn excited you have no idea. I will let it speak for itself. I have the lovely and talented Dunkirk California's own Christina Calph.
Yes! Oh my gosh, you guys are making me die.
Please don't do that. We aren't insured.
Okay.
How are you, girlie?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be talking to you. Oh my gosh, I miss you.
I miss you too, doll. Yeah. So, let's give them the skinny on who you are and what you do.
Okay. Christina Calph. I'm,
No, we don't. Tell us.
Thanks a lot, Madge. God, rub it in. I've only been at the entertainment industry for 20 years and nobody knows me. Oh God. No, oh my gosh.
Oh, after today, at least 5 more people will know who you are.
Stop it. That's not manifesting.
I know. 5,000.
Well,
100,000. Anyway, okay. She's an actress. Been in showbiz.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit fried right now because I started a couple of stage shows that got very popular in Los Angeles, and now I've been touring them. One is called Comedy Pole Show. It's comedians and pole dancers. Another one's called The Armando. It's an improv show based around a celebrity stories about their lives. And I'm an actress, and I'm I'm a single dog mom, so I'm balancing the struggles of life.
My God. So real quick, Christina everybody knows I moved back to the area where I grew up. And from Rochester, now I'm down in a small town south of Buffalo, small city. It's so funny, real quick aside, when I go to other places and people are oh, you're in your hometown, I hear you talk about that small town thing all the time. And somebody's oh, it sounds just like our town. And I'm no, your town has 750 people in it, literally, and we have 20,000 in this area, so it's not that bad. I just make it sound that way. But Christina comes from a family that I grew up with, the Pucciarellis.
Yes.
Who I love.
Nice
I've known
Irish family.
Yes, exactly. I think they were Vietnamese. But anyway, there's Maria Jo Anthony, Henry, and Rosalie, right?
Yes.
And Rosie is your mama.
Yes, the Pucciarellis family and my mom.
Love the Pucciarelli family. I grew up with that. We all went to St. Mary's Catholic School together. Oh, I just had a thing go off, and I don't. It's making a lot of noise.
When you named all her brothers and sisters, I knew they were Catholic. I don't know why. I just knew.
But Pucciarelli.
Well, I mean, I don't want to make assumptions.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, what are you on your dad's side?
My dad, I did the 23andMe because he's like a mutt, and I'm a French, and English, and yeah, there's like a mix of different stuff, but mainly French, English, Irish, German.
Oh, good stuff. I didn't know if you had any of that good Dunkirk Polish in you first.
No. Oh, I like to talk like that, though.
Yeah, you had it in you?
Yeah. Oh, God. Down at the damn Polski, baby. But I'm drunk to realize.
Me at the Manny's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another. Go back and we'll look up some of my past episodes talking about the Dunkirk social clubs. All the pools.
Oh my gosh, they're so fun though. That's what you are now. Now we
are. Where else can you get a? Well, maybe I should. I don't know what I don't know what I'm ever supposed to say about those places because they're like, but they're wicked cheap drinks. Like you could get like a $2 Tullamore Dew on the rocks. It's ridiculous.
No, really?
Yeah. So, okay, let's get back to you. So, how did you get out there? Real quick on your backstory. How did you get out?
Just out of Dunkirk?
Yeah.
Out of the black hole? No, just kidding. I love my hometown. I do. I really do.
I do too. It's quirky as hell. And
it is.
And look at us. We're poster children for it. So how'd you get out?
So I, went to a musical theater school in New York City right out of high school. I went to like a conservatory. Mm-hmm. And then I did the program there. And then I just stayed in New York City. And then I did I did theater, film, TV, anything I could get my hands on, I did. Dancing, singing, just any gig, any job I would take. And back then, life has changed so much. But back then, you could afford to be a little bit more of a starving artist. So I could do a play for 2 weeks that was unpaid and still be able to make my rent. Whereas nowadays, my rent.
Do I want to know how?
It's insane. You can't. It's like it's damn near. You can't be a starving artist these days. Times are changing, man. Yeah. It's crazy. But back then I could, and then I studied out there with other teachers and just networked, and then started doing my own YouTube videos, which made me kind of come out to Los Angeles, and I worked on. I did. I worked on my own. Kind of short form comedy content for a couple of years out of Playa Vista. I was working out of the YouTube space, making my own videos for a while, for like almost close to 2 years. But that felt like a little bit culty, because
felt a little bit what?
Like a cult, because it.
Oh yeah. It
was a very fun cult. But then, we were there day to night. I'm serious. I think that's what caused me to have a record. Seriously, because we were all. It was a really fun time. But I think it's ultimately what caused my retinal detachment because I was constantly behind a screen, just editing my videos. I edit my own videos, and then I realized, yes, day to night. I would get up. I lived in Santa Monica. I would ride my bike. That was the fun part. I would ride my bike from Santa Monica to Playa Vista along the ocean. That was beautiful. But then I would stay at the YouTube space until midnight. And then someone would drive my bike back with me and then again the next day. Most of it was just editing. So I was like, I got to switch up a little bit. Then got back into acting. And then, then doing the acting scene in LA, which ultimately caused me to create my shows. And then now here I am acting and doing some live theater.
Yay. Okay. So I got a lot of questions. So Fitz, just a quick, Fitz has been in the film, audio, video, recording, all that crap for how many years, Fitz? 100?
Too many.
Yeah. So Fitz made a movie.
What was it called?
It's called Bottom Feeders. You can find it on Prime Video. It is what it is.
Oh. Yeah, I want to watch that. It isn't what it is. You know that the Buffalo scene is huge right now.
Oh, I know. I'm sure it's bigger than Rochester. It's bigger than.
This was
a big deal.
Yeah, and this was all filmed in Rochester by him and his partner, and he used a lot of local talent. And who was the one guy that was a name?
Sky Sands.
No.
Oh, Jeremy London.
Jeremy London.
Yeah,
that's the guy.
Yeah, it's popping up. It pops up. Yeah, right there. I want to watch. It's on Prime Video.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how long it's. You know, that film earns us a couple of $100 a quarter.
Hey, that's better than. I mean, come on now. That's pretty damn successful.
Yeah,
I know. We wanted to get a movie made before we were too old, and we got all crotchety, and we're like, I wish we could have made a movie. So we did it.
Oh, you're crotchety already.
That's true. But we wrapped on Friday, March 13th, 2020, like when everything was crashing down. That's when we wrapped. So it was like, oh God, thank God we just got done, because we would have been screwed.
So,
wow, you got so lucky.
So wait, so do you still have a YouTube channel?
I do. I keep it active, but I don't make videos ooh, you look hot. You look hot.
Real hot. Like I just walked out of a sauna. So
I can see you going, smash that button below right now.
Like, share, subscribe, comment. Send me your money. Have you ever made money off of YouTube?
Oh yeah. Facebook, not Facebook. Instagram.
You're like the Instagram queen.
Oh, do you have one of those? Do you have one of those sexy Instagram channels that have like the link tree, and when you click it, it takes you to some weird dark web place that? Wait, or is that just me that finds those?
A lot of people do, but you can make. You know, I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't shame people for doing that kind of stuff, but
right.
But because you can make a legitimate living off of that. I would have exclusive content on Instagram that's just like for my fans. Like I tell my fans the real tea about, because I'm around a lot of celebrities all the time.
You are.
And I would tell them like details. I'm in the infancy of my shows. You know, I've done Comedy Poll Show for 2 years now, but it's so hard to do that I've probably done maybe 15 shows in the 2 years. The improv show is easier to do. So we'll see, you know.
So let me explain to you. But on Instagram, Christina is doing a lot of poll, what do you call it? You know, I hate to.
What's your handle?
At Christina Calph. So my show is called Comedy Poll Show. So it's comedians and pole dancers.
So her and her hot little body are on the pole, you know, doing routines. But like, remember Amy White, who was our pole. What did we call her? She's a medium. Pole dancing. That's what it was. The pole dancing medium. Yeah, Amy White. Love her. And so, now we have our pole dancing comedian, and Christina. She does lots of stories and lots of funny stuff. Are you on TikTok too, or just mostly Instagram?
I am, but I got to figure out. I need to put my shows on TikTok. I need to, but it's like,
So she produces and hosts the Comedy Poll Show, which is a showcase of its comedy show interspersed with pole dancing routines. guests. And so
Madge, thanks a lot for introducing me to Christina, because now I can follow her on Instagram and I don't have to make some sort of excuse of why I'm watching a scantily clad woman dance around. This is Madge's friend. She was on the podcast. I was doing research.
Research, man.
Such an ass. Oh my God.
No, hey, you know what? You've got like 118,000 subscribers. That's 116,000. That's nothing to sneeze at. Well done. Good job on that.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know. Send them over to me.
Oh God.
In addition, not
you want to poach all those subscribers?
Take them. Yeah, it's it's fun. It's fun. The show's really fun. The show I do is a variety show, and I don't do the strip. Yeah, I don't do the stripper route with pole dance. Pole dance is actually really, really, really hard. I got into it for fitness.
Yeah.
And so it was cutting up my body. I mean, it was like, you're basically lifting your body weight. So it's an incredible creative workout. You can be sexy with it. You can be funny with it. You can be, you can do all different kinds of things.
Right. And so that's the thing. Our friend Amy does not strip either. She was very much into pole fitness, and she would, just occasionally put up a what do you call it, video on Instagram of a pole routine. And yeah, it was all like, it was like Festivus and feats of strength, spinning around and fantastic. But Christina, when girl decides to be spicy, again, no nudity or stripping, but she's a sassy pants little thing there.
You can't help it. How
do you wear those shoes though?
Man, I gotta get you a pair. I have a feeling come on now. They're easier to walk in because it's like a platform.
Oh, well, I kind of figured, but still, I don't need I'm supposed to get a third shoulder surgery. I don't need it quicker than I'm supposed to. But anyway, okay, and then then I'll talk about this in a minute. Your other show is an improv show, and I didn't know the angle you had with it about celebrities and their stories, which is really cool. But so, I guess either one. How do you get all these really well-known big names?
It's so hard. That's why I could literally walk you through it step by step, and nobody would do it because it is so unbelievably difficult. Yeah.
Like, do you have to contact their people, or you find, I know someone who knows someone? I have to pay them a boatload of money, or they get part of it?
Give me a name.
Okay, so like, you had Bob Odenkirk.
Okay, so with Bob Odenkirk, got to do your research on him. Well, you want to know the story behind Bob Odenkirk? Oh, you're going to love this one. So, how I got him the first time. So make this short. So I started an improv show with the love of my life at the time. I loved him so much, and I was begging him to get back into improv because he was an improviser. And I was like, come on, get back into improv. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, oh, please. And then I'm like, all right, well, I want to start a comedy pole show. And he was a complete, absolute narcissist. So he was like, oh,
been there.
I would have to help you do a show that's not 100% about me. Well, fuck that. Excuse my language. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
He's like, screw that. Well, you know what? Let's start an improv show. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And so I would watch those shows, and I'm like, I think that this would be a perfect show for a huge celebrity to do it, because the improv was so good. I was just watching the show, and we would sell out every time. And the improvisers were incredible. They were
I've watched
good.
Some. They're really good.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, it definitely, the improv is way better in person, but we do live. We did live stream the show.
Just as an aside, I thought, well, ever since high school, I wanted to be in drama, and my father said, no, I'm not sending you to college to become a waitress. So that ended that, but I always thought I was so I've tried things over the years. I did stand-up comedy, and I tried improv a few times. that shit is hard.
Oh yeah.
And especially if you're you got to get with the right people, because if you are people that, I hate to say, it's not, you have to have people that are on the same wavelength.
Like that chemistry.
Well, yeah, but you also have to be quick-witted. If you have really kind of more cerebral shit, you got to have other people that understand it when you go there. So anyway.
Yes. No, but by the way, Madge, really side notes on your side note, I got asked to bring Pole's show to Buffalo or Erie. So like, would you want to do stand-up on my show?
Hell yeah.
I want to wait till Mark Brazil, creator that 70s show. I want to wait till he's in town and do it when he's in town so he could be on the lineup, because his stand-up is so good that I'm like, oh, that would be a nice little, just to have him. And then there's some there's some like famous pole dancers that live in Toronto that would travel for me.
Yeah.
Because just like comics. That's why I love my show so much. Just like comics, there are famous pole dancers too. That's the world. Like it's an art form in and of itself, and that's the route I go with the show. But anyways,
so real quick, I love Mark Brazil. Mark Brazil is another guy. He was a couple of years, I think he was a senior when I was a freshman in high school, and Fitz, he created that 70s show, which if you ever watched, all those characters are based on people I went to school with who are a little bit older, which is, and the shit that happens in it and the places they go were like places. Everybody around here loved it. It was so much fun. Anyway, I love Mark Brazil.
Yeah, not just around not just home. I mean, that show's iconic, you know?
Absolutely. Right, yeah.
Why did they set it in Wisconsin? Didn't they set it in Wisconsin?
That's a good question.
Like, why did it seems like it would have been really good to be in Buffalo or Dunkirk or whatever.
Well, I mean, they're kind of similar. It's just another Great Lakes state.
True.
We got to ask him.
True,
yeah,
but
we got to
really wanted to do something. But yeah, I saw Mark when he was home for our friend Tom Riley's celebration of life, and I had a quick little talk with him. It was really nice. Anyway, yes, please. So okay, so how'd you get back to Bob Odenkirk?
So I would watch that show, and because I don't improvise on my show. These improvisers have been improvising for probably close to 20 years, or like literally they live, breathe, eat, sleep. That's why it's so good. Mm-hmm. So like people like Jason Mantzoukas, Marito, he's been improv. He is the Michael Jordan of improv. He's so good.
Really?
Like people, yes. They just do it and do it and do it and do it for years. And that, like, I mean, I had a standing ovation at my first Armando because I had Rob Hugel, Colton Dunn, these, even like some of the younger players like Casey Faye, like he still has been doing it for at least 15 years. So I would watch these shows, and I'm an improviser, but I host my show. I host it. I like, to get a little bit in, I'm an actor, so I want to have my little taste of it and add that little ribbon on it, but I don't improvise. No, you've got to be very, very good at it. So I can even admit I am not at the level of Mary Holland, who is unreal. Mary Holland, Lauren Lapkus, these people are insane. So I would watch these people, and I'm like, I bet you I could freaking do it. And so everybody was like, no, you can't get celebrities to come on this improv show. It's just a stupid improv show with no money. No. I don't
Great support system.
I know, a bunch of, yeah, exactly. Trust me, trust and believe. Thank God I'm out of it. But I was getting goosebumps, like I just knew I could do it, and I didn't know how to do it. So what did I do? I would think of people, and I'd be like, okay, how can I get in touch with this person? Who are they represented by? Who are they friends with? And I did that. Like I would send like 50 to 100 emails a day, because I knew intuitively I could not ask the improvisers for help, because I knew that they're like, people don't want to be giving people favors. They don't want to do that. They don't give a shit to help me. They didn't believe that I could do it, first off. Secondly, like people don't want, it's like, then you become like this person who's needy.
Yeah.
So I knew that I had to be self-sufficient. I knew if I wanted to get celebrities, I could not ask a damn person for help. The only people that I can ask are the person directly, or they're somebody who represents them. Mm-hmm. That's the only way to do it. So I spent 3 months literally sometimes day to night. My goal would be to send 100 emails a day. And that's not like somebody just handed me a list and said like, oh, email these people. No, I had to figure out who to down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First, you got to think of the person. Think of the person that you think people care to listen to or that you're excited about. You got to think of that. That's already hard in and of itself. Like to even think of Bob Odenkirk. So I did that for a good 3 months. And so I drove myself really insane.
Without any response?
Oh, I would send like 1,000 emails with no response. That's what I'm saying. Nobody will do this. I don't even know how much longer I can do it. Because I've been doing it for over 2 years. But every time now I'm like I started the Armando. I got a monthly residency at a theater. I started a new improv show that's just mine. Mm-hmm. And then I have a comedy Pulse show and I have a monthly residency there. People want these shows. It's like, am I willing to go to an early grave for the shows? Even now I'm saying that like so hard.
You've gotten so many good people on there. Has word not kind of spread?
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
And I have friends now and publicists, and because of the 2 years that I spent, and I was relentless. I don't know why. I think it's just I was in love. What I learned too is that like when you're motivated by for me, I'll speak for myself. When I was motivated, before when I wanted to be popular on YouTube, I was motivated by like being rich and famous, and I wanted to be really popular. And I broke 10,000 subscribers. And then I didn't do anything else. When I started my stage shows, I didn't want to be rich and famous. I didn't know what I was creating. I was very in love with my boyfriend. And I wanted to just do shows with him. I didn't care if I was acting in major films anymore. I just wanted to do these shows with him and travel with shows and just be with him. And what I learned going through that and actually switching up my intention is that love. I was so successful like that, it did take several months. It was a lot of work, but I was motivated by the love I had for my partner. For the love I had for building our empire, our life together, Mm-hmm. So because I wanted to build our life and I wanted to make him happy, it was very painful. It drove me crazy, but I had more balls.
Yeah.
That
you do.
So I succeeded. Seth Green
not that there's any
person to say yes.
That's right.
Nice.
Seth Green was the first person to take a chance, and I'll always be forever grateful to Seth Green.
He's hilarious.
But, oh my God, he's the best. He's awesome. And I gotta bug him to be on my show again. But the Bob Odenkirk story. So he was one of the first people that I got. But I wasn't looking for Bob. I had booked Rainn Wilson. He played Dwight Schrute on The Office. Bless you.
I remember you telling this story now.
Yeah. So I got Rainn Wilson. Well, Rainn Wilson lives all the way out, not in Los Angeles. He lives farther out. So it's hard for him to come into town. So 2 days before the show, he had to cancel. And this is when I first started the show. So imagine... I got Seth Green, I got Seth Rogen at this point, I got Ike Barinholtz. So I was doing pretty well. So when Rainn Wilson said yes, it was January 6th. Oh my God, I'll never forget these things because they're so traumatizing. And I knew, bless you, I'm new to learning how to get celebrities on a show that pays nothing. I'm the fear of oh my God, what do I do if the person cancels and people bought tickets? How can I replace a celebrity with another celebrity when I know nobody right now? I have no connections. I've been getting some luck. This is I've only been doing it actively succeeding for a few months because I would work on it day to night because I knew the stakes were so high and I wanted this to be successful. So I could build this show for me and my partner, Mm-hmm. So 2 days before the show, Rainn Wilson drops out. He can't do it. I'm out of my mind. I'm how am I going to replace Rainn Wilson? I can't replace him with Joe Schmo down the block. I can't even replace him with like somebody who's somewhat, famous.
Right. He's a big name.
So I just knew in that moment, it was 2 days before the show. I'm like, I have to figure out how to get someone today because I will not be able to get them tomorrow. So I told my partner, my ex-boyfriend now, I was like, you got to help me, you got to help me do this. And he was like, goes into his office and just kind of like sits there. And I'm in the kitchen because, we lived together and he wouldn't give me very much space.
Oh.
So he had two rooms, had his office, and so like
sounds like a peach.
Yeah, a real great time in my life. I really know how to pick them. So, anyways, and I was oblivious. I should have seen that as a huge red flag. So I go into the kitchen and I'm like, Christina, fucking pedal to the metal. So I just made up a lie. So you got to think, you got to be quick-witted, you got to think, you got to lie, when I say lie, it's like, kind of like
think
fail.
Of lie. Right. Yeah.
The stakes are so high for me. I can't let them feel that. I can't let them feel that I'm dying inside. Like, I can't let the performers know that I'm dying inside. And I can't let, you know what I mean? I can't let anybody know that I'm dying.
I hear you.
I just started emailing, starting from scratch. And I was like, here was my shtick. We have Rainn Wilson booked. It's a sold out crowd. And we won't announce you. You're going to be, like I was saying this to multiple people, you will be a surprise guest. They'll think Rainn Wilson is coming, but when you walk out, the audience, it's going to go crazy. So then that's why I hit up his manager, who happens to be his wife. And I got her email and I was like, hey, I pitched it to her and she's like, he'll do it. I about shit my pants. I'm gonna be out.
Wow.
I was very impressed with myself in that moment. I couldn't believe it because I told him Rainn got COVID. I lied. Sorry, Rainn, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I told, because everybody's like, well, what if it goes back to Rainn?
Rainn is watching.
I know. I'm like, what if it gets back to Rainn that you told him that he had COVID? And I'm like, I go, well, fuck it. I'm going to take that chance, And then everybody, my partner, the jackass, Voldemort. So Voldemort.
Wait, did he not have a nose? Did you date a guy with no nose? That's weird.
No, anyway, he had a nose, honey. Oh, he had a nose. A little too big.
Schnazza.
So anyways,
Schnazzarino.
So Voldemort wanted to announce that we had him because we weren't all the way sold out with live. So wanted to announce that we had him. And I was like, no, you do not announce. We will sell out anyways because it's Rainn Wilson, and we did. And I'm like, we will sell out anyways. But told the theater, no, you're not allowed to say we have Bob Odenkirk. You're not allowed to even say that Rainn's not there. Let's pretend Rainn's there. Because Rainn dropped out 2 days before, and he's putting this in a bind. He's not going to care if we say he's still there. He's not going to care. So let's just say Rainn is still doing it, and then we'll do my idea where Bob comes out instead of Rainn. And I go, you got to play it cool. Don't tell the improvisers. Don't tell anybody. You got to play it cool. You got to show that you have all the marbles. You're the boss. They listened to me. The audience was so freaking shocked. They were up on their feet. They were like, oh my God. Like losing their minds. Once I did that, when I pulled that shit off, everything changed. Everything changed. It was like the claws came out. Madge, the claws came out. So people saw what I was building and they wanted it. And, and then that became my origin story that I will eventually write a book about and out all these motherfuckers. So, yeah. But Bob,
girl.
I know, but Bob Odenkirk's amazing. But once you build that rapport, then I got him on Comedy Pulse Show. So,
right. So that was just the improv. So yeah, he was on the Comedy Pulse Show. I remember. Like, I see your shit every day, Christina. I'm like, this girl's my spirit animal.
But it's tough because even if it's very emotional because Bob Odenkirk happens to be a really amazing person, and his wife is very nice. They help me. I told Naomi, I was like, his wife, I was like, when I write my book, I'm going to write a whole chapter 4, Naomi Odenkirk. because she's the reason. I told her, like, she's the reason why, like, that show with him changed my career. That was it. Like, and I told her, I'm like, I owe it all to you, because she would help me. She continues to help me, you know. But
nice. So okay, so then there's and wait, don't you have one coming up or?
I have a monthly residency now. So for both shows.
You do both shows every month? Oh, damn, girl. Okay, so
I don't think I can. Another venue was like, hey, we see you. We see what you're doing. Do you want to do a show here? We'll give you the show. And that's when I started it. And I got Selma Blair as my first monologist, Cruel Intentions, Lately Blonde.
I saw that. So they do a monologue?
So they tell stories from their life, and then people do scenes based off of those stories. But I'm doing a little bit of a twist on it this show, because so many people are kind of doing that I want to. Now I'm taking it, and the guest will have the option to play a character in the second half of the show. So if they want to, and I call it Del Magic off of Del Close, who was like the guy who they originated it. Armando Diaz, Adam McKay, and David Koechner. They originated the show back in Chicago and made it famous. It was called the Armando Diaz Experience. So, and Del Close was the kind of like the director, the point person, the teacher who helped shape it. So Del Magic is where the person can play a character, and then the stories can be up the character. But, you know, Selma Blair doesn't want to do that. Paris Hilton probably won't want to do that. You know, it's going to depend on the person. They'll probably just want to talk about stories from their life. So, but yeah, so now.
So you have you have 2 shows coming up in October?
I have one show. I have the Armando coming up at the end of October. So that is Tuesday, October 29th. I might live stream it. I'm talking to somebody pretty huge, like a pretty big guest. But you know, everything is nothing until it's something. So if they say, hey, for me to be on your show, you better live stream, I have to live stream. But if they don't say it, I'm not going to live stream, because it's such a headache.
So if people want information about that show or Comedy Pole show that you've got coming up, is it best to just go to your Instagram?
Yeah, I'm Christina Calph. I have at Instagram's like my main thing, at Christina Calph. You'll see both shows at _Armando_improv_show. That's that show. And then the other one is at Comedy Pole Show.
Oh, okay.
So I have Instagrams for all of them. I know I got to get the website and merchandise, and oh my God, Madge.
Oh, it's like you need an assistant.
I do, but that costs money. What the shit?
Well, you do what everybody else does and get an intern.
Oh my God, I couldn't do it. I had people, you know, are willing to intern my shows there. They're willing to like come to the show and be like, oh yeah, I'll help out. And then they get to come backstage and I see them like salivating at the mouth. And I'm like, you know, I don't need your help at the shows. I need your help before the show.
Exactly.
Oh, but nobody wants to do that part, you know.
All the legwork. I know. I hear you. Well, I'm so excited to hear about all the stuff that you have coming up. And like we said, you know, go to all your social media that we'll have it down here. Tell you where everything is going on, where you can see Christina and her cute sassy pants.
Thank you. You're so sweet to me. Yes, I would love it.
Yeah. I thank you so much for coming on today.
I love you.
I love you. It was so much fun and so informative.
Yeah, you're like, you asked me one question, you're going to take the whole freaking interview, child.
Oh, boy. Well, the show is about, you know, talking and telling stories. So, you know, if you went on too long, I was just going to mute. No, that's what we do in this part of the country. We're chatty Cathys. So thank you so much, and I wish you all the best, and I hope I see you soon, and maybe we'll do some work together.
Yes, I would love it. I would love it.
Great. Thank you, Queen. Love you. Oh,
love you.
I won't really be stalking you, but it'll be stalking you, just so you know.
Eat. Push you in the little ball.
She's going to squish me.
And you're gonna crushing your head.
What was the Instagram for the show?
So we have Comedy Pulse Show at Comedy Pulse Show, and I tour that. So I've been in New York City. Buffalo wants me to come. Erie wants me to come. Long Beach wants me to come. Atlanta wants me to come. It's just, I need a freaking I wish I was rich. You know what I mean? I wish I was freaking rich. It's disgusting. I shouldn't be saying this so negatively.
Well, would you come to Rochester too if you came to Buffalo? Would you do Rochester, or would you just...
These smaller markets, I think, would do well because it's like, what the hell is this, you know?
But also, you know, it would be something new and unique for those markets. So, it's... Anyway, instead of casting a huge net in a huge ocean, a medium net in a small ocean, you get a fuck ton of fish.
Rochester has a really big pole dance community. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
But they don't play around there.
There's a huge, and we happen to know somebody who works at the comedy at the Carlson.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say is that we're...
Todd.
Yeah, we're pretty... I know Madge and I are pretty plugged in around here, like as far as comedy and theaters and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm sure you can handle yourself, but if you need a hand in Rochester, well, you know, I'd love to try.
I think Rochester would do well because there's so many good pole dancers.
And another thing I might be able to connect you with too, that I happen to know a lot of in this area, Rochester, drag queens.
Oh yeah.
Just saying, know a lot of drag queens.
Yeah, we have a couple that record here at Rockfox every once in a while.
Yeah. And three of them from Rochester over the years have been on RuPaul's Drag Race. So
wow.
Yeah. So anyway, okay.
Yes.
Again, thanks, love.
Yes,
we'll talk to you soon.
Guys, if I'm streaming, follow the Armando Improv Show because you can watch that from anywhere. I'll probably be streaming a lot because they're begging me to frickin' stream, and I need to just stream it.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. Well, Christina was certainly a little firecracker, wasn't she?
I was immediately smitten.
Oh, I love her. She is so much fun. That was a lot of fun.
It's another one of you. You have all these great friends that, like, who knew? Who knew that Dunkirk was this epicenter of talent? I mean, obviously you're from there, but all these other people too. I'm telling you, this place, it just something about this place breeded bread. Bread and water. It's the
breaded
water.
Chicken, breaded fish fry. It has bred some like incredibly talented people, but also really fucking funny people. Really nice people. So yes, Dunkirk should have its own podcast.
It does. It's called Madge Unmuted.
Well, yeah, there you go.
There you
go. I want to thank Christina Christina Calph for being on the show today.
It auto-corrected for me. I hate when programs do that.
Yeah. And I want to thank
it always says Marge Unmuted.
You know how many people call me Marge? I'll tell people
really?
Madge is my nickname, and there's people I've known for 10 years still trying to call me Marge, and I have given up. It's Madge. I don't know where. Yes, my real name is Margaret. And you get confused, but it's Madge. Anyway.
You know Glenn Johnson on the TV weatherman?
Glenn Johnson.
He calls me Fritz. No matter what, he always calls me Fritz. And I'm like, it's Fitz. He goes, hey, Fritz, how's it going? Like,
same.
I am not Fritz.
9. I feel your pain. All right. Fitz from Rockfox Studios. Thank you, as always. Such a fun time.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. And subscribe to Madge Unmuted while you're here so that you know when the next episode comes out in 2 weeks. So, yes, please subscribe and comment and share with your friends because sharing is caring. So, until next time, folks, the next episode of Madge Unmuted, we will see you then.